Sass Squad, welcome to the video. I'm actually going to be showing you guys another video with the same team I posted in the last video, Gliscor, Poliwrath, and Crustle. I felt like sharing these battles because they have some different leads than the previous video, and one very tricky lead, and I figured I'd just show you guys a set. It's not a perfect set, but I want to get into maybe showing a little more diversity about this team because it's definitely a tough one to pull off against certain leads. But yeah, I'm still actually working on my sets. I just want to take a moment here to make a video. So our first opponent is actually going to be leading Charizard. This is not a bad matchup for us. We still need to try to predict the Blast Burn. I was pretty confident this was going to be a Dragon Claw, and that is exactly what happens. I decide I'm going to throw a Night Slash at my opponent, and they are going to just take it. I think I got the attack boost, yeah, but I'm going to end up switching directly here to Poliwrath. Figured this would be a better match and lineup energy, and surprisingly enough, they're running Skull Dash Snorlax. I genuinely was, I honestly couldn't believe that, but still not the end of the world. They're gonna end up not shielding, which ends up working out really nice. I did not want to bait, and fortunately they didn't even shield, so that Skull Dash ultimately didn't matter too much because we're gonna launch ourselves an Ice Punch here, and I can actually just bring a Crustle, and I'm gonna be in a match against Venusaur now. I have a little bit of energy lead, but I knew that I could take one of these Frenzy Plants, and I was willing to do that. I'm going to throw some energy on the Venusaur, and we're going to get a shield. I'm going to bring back in Gliscor. I'm going to throw Night Slash, and I don't think they shield this. Yeah, they just take it, and I get another Night Slash. I'm going to throw it, and I think I might try to... I think I do shield, and I just try to go for a farm down, because regardless, at this point, I'm in a pretty good position. So my opponent ends up just quitting the match. I do not blame them. Let's bring up our next battle here. Okay. So I think in the video I posted, I had a lot of Ampharos leads, and I feel like even if we have some favorable leads in this set, it's important to kind of see how they play out still. So we get a Gengar, and it was pretty clear to me this was Shadow Punch, so I was not going to shield. And as you can see, we can actually take that nicely. I'm going to throw a Night Slash. They don't want to return a shield in any sense, so we're both no shielding it so far. I was pretty confident this is Shadow Punch again, and I knew I could take it. If I didn't throw my energy here, I probably would have shielded and farmed down, but because I was already like stamping, I figured I might as well just take the Shadow Punch. And they bring in Gyarados. I'm going to bring in Crustle to line up. And I kind of learned my lesson in some matches where I took an Aqua Jet and then I couldn't deal with the back line because I had a Charmer. So I'm going to try to bait Escavalier here. And nicely, we got a shield. I'm going to switch the Poliwrath. I wasn't entirely sure. We're going to have to farm to see like what is the moveset. And since we see a Drill Run, that makes it pretty confident to me that they're running Mega Horn Drill Run. I'm just gonna throw Dynamic Punch. They don't shield. That works out for me, and I'm not even gonna bother shielding the move here. I figured I can just bring Crustle, go for a farm down, and continue to farm down here on Gyarados and just shield the Aqua Jet. Yeah, because pretty much there's nothing they can do at this moment in the battle. So as you can see, Crustle just gets a farm down. GG's. Alright, let's bring up our next opponent here. Yeah, honestly, this team's above average, but I feel like it's a little tough. It can be a little tough. Okay, so this is a matchup where I get a little nervous. So I'm going to actually safe swap directly to Poliwrath, knowing that I can actually threaten this Abomasnow with a fighting move. And I'm going to just take the Energy Ball to the face, and fortunately before the Abomasnow can swap out, I can Dynamic Punch. So now they're going to bring in Dragonite, and it's a Shadow Dragonite, so this Ice Punch is going to hurt if it lands, and my opponent just takes it to the face. So I decide I'm going to actually bring in Crustle, because if I bring in Gliscor, it's really hard to know how the match will pan out. Unfortunately for us, it is a Obstagoon. I know I can take the Night Slash, and I'm going to throw some of my energy here to see if we get a shield or what happens. They end up just taking it, and I'm going to switch directly here to Gliscor, and we're really lucky that they throw their energy here as well, because we're not going to mind. And even though Abomasnow is coming in, and it's going to really hurt, we're still in a position where we're doing super effective damage back with our fast attacks, and it's not necessarily the worst scenario. So they do end up throwing Weather Ball. I'm going to just take it, because I know Crustle can come in and farm down if I just shield once. And as you can see here, I get that farm down. They bring back in the Obstagoon, but at this point I have 2 X-Scissors stored, so it's game. They're going to shield the first one, then I just throw my second X-Scissor, and that is the match. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show this too, is how I was able to pull off. I mean, again, it's going to come down to your opponent's team comp, of course, but even in a very unfavorable matchup like Abomasnow lead, we were still able to pull it off. And this is a great example of us taking a good scenario, and here we'll just do it by play. So anyways, we have the Venusaur lead, and I know that I can actually stay in here and kind of just farm down and throw Night Slashes. You know, if they shield, they shield. I don't think it matters if they shield. I'm really just trying to proc and get a chance at the attack boost, because if I get the attack boost, it's definitely going to flip it in a way where, you know, they're not going to be able to get off 2 frenzies, but unfortunately they do, and I'm going to just end up taking the one so I can keep a shield. They bring in Togekiss, and I want to line up Crustle here. So far this is really looking good for us, and I'm going to line up Poliwrath here against Swampert. And one thing that is worth noting, I realize a lot of times Swamperts don't like baiting against this matchup, and I kind of had a feeling it was the Earthquake, and the reality of it is, if I would have just shielded the EQ, it would have been a narrow scenario for us, but I'm pretty sure if we just predicted that shield correctly, this would have been a much more favorable matchup for us. Taking that EQ right off the bat was a great play from my opponent, because more than likely you're not going to just use your shield on the first move, but that's a part of the game, is trying to figure that out. So they end up switching to Togekiss there, I guess trying to farm down my Poliwrath, and unfortunately for me, they actually do have enough energy for the Flamethrower, and for whatever reason, I just didn't throw my energy there. Upon rewatching that, I see that if I could have at least thrown energy, I don't think it mattered. I don't think I could have won against the Swampert in the end after taking that EQ, realistically. But that was a great game. That's another scenario where it's like we have a favorable lead, but we kind of just had a coin flip where it flipped the match. So this is great for us, because we're just gonna, the Gallade lead against us is not that great. So they switch in their Swampert. I'm gonna line up my Poliwrath, and since it's pretty clear to me that they're throwing Hydro Cannons, I'm not even gonna bother shielding. So this is like the opposite of the last match in a way. Like this opponent, I think they actually shield as well, so I could have, it's hard, you know, sometimes it's a difficult decision to know, should I try to bait or not. I think in this matchup, Poliwrath does gain energy at such a fast rate that I didn't necessarily think it was important that we tried to bait here. I mean, obviously it could have put us in a much better scenario, because it seems this person was really afraid of trying to retain switch advantage or regain switch advantage. But I'm just going to let Poliwrath die. I'm going to bring in Gliscor and Night Slash Swampert. I actually do get the attack boost. And they bring in Gallade, which I know I can take a Leaf Blade. So I'm just going to take a Leaf Blade to the face. And I'm going to throw my energy here, which isn't going to be able to knock out, but that's fine, because one more wing attack. And interesting enough, they're actually running Double Fighter. I kind of figured this is my best case scenario as a shield here, and fortunately for me, I am able to get to the Earthquake. I would have opted out and tried to get off the Night Slash if I wasn't going to make it, but fortunately for me, we made it. And yeah, I still have sets to do, so I'm going to jump into that, but I just wanted to show you guys some of these matches just because we weren't facing an Ampharos lead every single time, and I'm going to try to showcase one more battle with this team where we have some more unfavorable leads. I would say majority of these leads are still pretty good for Gliscor, but pulling off that win with Abomasnow lead was pretty epic, and I figured it was worth sharing. So until next time, guys, consider subscribing, liking, and disliking this video. Until next time, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. You guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.